Alright, got my 10 rows in. She's gonna be a beaut. I believe this is gonna be her face. Right in here. I think we're gonna go opposite of this. Yeah, right about here would be a perfect place for her face. She's gonna be gorgeous. I love it. Alright, on to the next project. Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hello, hello. Working a little more on Miss Moon here. Got her full body done. We got the nice loops going. And now we have hit a part where we're just doing 10 around and around as we go. So there's no counting. Makes my life a lot easier to make a video while we're at that point. Once again, stretch marker right in the mouth. Here we go. And that's 2. So I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Getting ready, doing their thing, crocheting away. Getting closer and closer to Christmas, and for me, my birthday is right after, so that's fun. But my birthday is a day I just do something for me. I start a project for myself. Last year it was my crazy green and purple shirt with the Hobie yarn. I sat and watched movies all day and TV, and I worked on separating those balls into one ball into 2. 4 strands into 2 strand balls. Yeah. I also did it with the haunted house one as well, so I may start that one this year. But I do have that absolutely gorgeous. Not Dahlia, what's the other one? Sultan. In the color Chameleon. That's not in my usual wheelhouse of colors that I usually gravitate towards, so I'm kind of very interested in seeing how that could play out for myself in time for spring, because they're very springy colors. You've got the melon, the beautiful peridot green, you've got the baby blue, a little bit of pink and orange, and just, oh, it's very, 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 very pretty. Caught my eye. There are lots of other ones that were closer to my color scheme, but that one for some reason just, I waited like 2 orders before I finally was like, yeah, I can't stop thinking about that one. I really gotta get it. I mean, that does happen. But I also have my 2 Dolce cashmeres that I'd really love to play with. Love to run it through my fingers. But I don't know what I want to do with them. I want to be very, very, very picky because I only have the 2 and I don't know if I'd be able to get more or anything like that because they're quite expensive. It's very, very much use the good yarn, but I want to make sure I use the good yarn on something that I'm going to love and not just be like, oh, well, I finished it. It can go in the closet. Not that I've done that yet. And I also do have my Sheeples Whirl. I know exactly what I'm going to do with it now. I am going to make my Eva shawl Because, yeah, pretty sure that's what she used when she made it. It's the same one. And I think that's going to work out really well. Round 2. I don't even think I did an intro for this one. Wow. Really got excited about just ripping through some rounds. Seems to be my life right now, just lots of shingle crochets. Lots and lots of them. Not that I'm complaining. I'm really pleased at how this one's looking. I think it's going to turn out really fun. Yeah. Also kept figuring out the eyes, because you gotta have the big eyes. Those are super important. That's her favorite thing. So I gotta make sure that the eyes are pretty spot on. They've got to be super detailed. So I gotta do a couple pieces of the white reflection and big irises. The eyes are blue, but it's a bit of a lighter blue, so I'll have to take a look at what I got for blues. Oh, I think I already found one sitting there peeking at me through my yarn over there. Yeah, I love having my yarn nearby. Just love it. I love looking at the colors. I love thinking about all the different things I can do with it. I do see that a lot of people really enjoy yarn hauls. I love them, but at the same time, I also kind of loathe them after seeing 5 in a day. Like, I'm happy that these people got beautiful yarn, but at the same time, I'm also kind of like, make the pretties. I kind of want to see people make more, not buy more. That's just me being grumpy, getting close to my birthday, Christmas. Christmas can be really bothersome for me with the commercialization of it, and the consumerism can sometimes bother me a little. But that's a me problem, and like I don't have anything bad to say about big stashes. You want a big stash? Wow, please do. I want to look at your big stash. Put it on YouTube or something so I can watch a video, and while you're talking, I can sit there and stare at all your pretty yarns in the back and wonder what I would make with all that. I love that. I think that's great. But part of me is just, I hear some of these creators and I'm seeing 4 or 5 yarn hauls in a week, and I'm like, okay. I get so attached to my yarns. I really do. I have like this silly yarn that I'm probably never going to do anything with, and I haven't been able to think about letting it go because it's my yarn. What if one day I do need it? Because we all know fiber arts and collecting yarn are 2 totally different hobbies. I mean, we all gotta have hobbies, interests, things we like. I kind of like a little bit of both. I think on my birthday, I am going to fix the Grim Reaper's face. I think that's one of my goals, is to get his face fixed. I used a way thick yarn, and I don't like his mouth. It doesn't look... It doesn't have the vibe I want. The rest of it turned out great. It's just the embroidery part. Now that I have these better needles, I'm just going to snip his face off. I think I used beads for his eyes, so that should be fine. Like, his eyes can stay there. But his mouth was just not what I wanted. I don't want to use the mouth they used in the picture. I'm gonna do my own expression. Or maybe I'll just take the mouth right off. I've always enjoyed dolls like that. I did have to put away my faceless dolls. They were made out of lace and fine cotton, and yeah, it used to kind of creep me out. I drew faces on one of them, so I still have them. I think they're in my keepsake box. I sometimes will pull toys out here and there just to show my kids. Hey, I don't have a lot of toys and stuff from when I was little. I only kept a few things that really meant a lot to me. And then my mom moves out here from across country, and she brought me a couple boxes full of things I was not expecting to see, like original My Little Ponies. I may make a video out of cleaning them up. They're in rough shape. They're not for selling. They are for nostalgia for me more than anything. I'm gonna clean them up, comb their hair, wash them down. They're all really sticky with something. I don't know what they're sticky with, but they're all in plastic bags and whatnot in this box, and they've been in storage for quite a while, so I need to find a nice, more room on my shelf. Maybe after I finish fixing some of these toys that are hanging around up there that aren't mine, I can make room for toys that are mine, that need a little work. Probably not, though. I think I'll probably just have to maybe get one that goes over the doors of the bathroom and the closet, and I can put them up there. Who knows? Who knows? But I am going to clean them up, and I'm going to make sure that they are looking good, smelling great. Okay. I'm hoping to start looking at my punch needle stuff. I apparently have 3 punch needles. 2 years ago, we thought we had nothing punch needle related, and I saw a couple videos, and I was like, holy, that is really neat. It's kind of like drawing, but with yarn and kind of cross stitch and just all sorts of fun stuff I like to do. And turns out, with the pack that my mom found me at the thrift store, yeah, I have like 3 of them. They just keep showing up. I had no idea. So, I get to try out some vintage ones. One of them belonged to my grandmother's best friend, my honorary grandmother Betty, and I'm super excited to have some of her crafting stuff. I didn't want to tell her daughters because they might ask for it. I don't want to give it to you, it's mine now. Sorry. I miss Betty too. I think about her often as well. Betty was a sweet lady. Super nice. Always had us over for crafting and hanging out with her and her dog. Puppins, I think she called them. Puppins. Little black dog. But she definitely enjoyed the company. We enjoyed her company, and she was family. The family you choose, though. Which was lovely. But I'm really excited that I have that, and she was getting into felting and a little bit of the punch needle, so she has a really neat little old-fashioned brush. I will pull that out. I did use it a little bit on one of the wolf cats. It is quite delicate, so I want to make sure my kids don't see it, so that's not something I'm going to be pulling out in case they see it. And I'll use it if I have to, but I'm going to try my best not to. But it is really neat. I love those vintage pieces. But yeah, I was cleaning out my other crafting stash. I keep my paints and beads and the box of fake flowers. Don't ask. Oh yeah, fine, ask. We have a box of fake flowers. It's the size of a business size paper box. And yeah, so when I needed fake flowers to make Rapunzel's hair for my daughter's Halloween 2 years ago, I had it. Oh, that's on my to-do list too. I've got to take apart that hairdo. I put in about 5 different sets of my beautiful yellows, and that's where they are. I'd like to use them. They're getting all dusty up there. So, I've got pictures of it. I've got pictures of her. She loved it, and it was a good time. If I had to do it again, I could. So, I don't think I'll have to do it again. Making the dress was the trickiest part. But she was happy. She liked it, so that's what counts. But I think it's time to reclaim my yarn. And I've just been avoiding it because I got to take all the flowers out, which is not the end of the world. They're just kind of woven in. And, yeah. Re-spooling all that yarn. There's a really nice bright yellow that I really want to use for one of the Ninja Turtle chests. Being that I'm going to have to take one of the bright yellows I had set aside for it, and I'm going to have to use it for this doll in particular because she's going to need some really bright hair. No pale blonde here. She has bright blonde hair. And I just love this point where you start getting that shape. You can tell this is going to be something interesting. Okay, and I think we're about halfway through, so I'm going to end my work on her on camera. I'll finish off the 10 rows. I'd really like to get the head done tonight. But I'm going to show you a different project as well, so I figured this Sunday I'll do a longer one. There's not a lot of yarn content on the weekend, so I can hang out and crochet, knit, sleep, whatever you want to do. I really don't mind if people sleep with my videos on. I fall asleep with lots of different types of videos on, and yeah, I think it's a big compliment if you can sleep through a video. It means I'm not yelling, it means I'm not doing sudden noises, I'm just being calm, relaxed, and that's kind of what I like to watch anyways, because sometimes it's just a lot going on outside in the outside world, outside your home, in the living room. Sometimes I just hide in my room because it's got all my yarn in here, and this is my work area, so I'll go work in the living room sometimes, but I usually end up forgetting stuff, so then I'm going all the way back and forth, and it's not the shortest trip, and it just takes me out of the moment. Anyways, I'll be back very, very soon with yet another project. I'll give you a little show off when this is done. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, got my 10 rows in. She's going to be a beaut. I believe this is going to be her face. Right in here. I think we're going to go opposite of this. Yeah, right about here would be a perfect place for her face. She's going to be gorgeous. I love it. Alright, on to the next project. Okay, here we are with one mitten. One beautiful mitten. Okay, so I am going to have to think. And that's going to be pretty good there, because once I sew it together, it's going to be a bit smaller. And so we're doing our fuzz here. And it's just so soft. I really like it. Okay, so that's what we're going to work on. I kind of want to figure out how to do the thumb. Oh, it's so nice. I just love playing with this yarn. I really do. And I just have this sneaky suspicion that I'm going to end up with quite a bit of it still left. So we're going to pop that out and I'll stick you over there. I will not be using any of my rings because, I mean, look at this yarn. It's just not going to work. Alright. Now this, I gotta go blind. Because and yes, I have been writing down my amounts when I switch the amounts to try to make sure that when I go do the second one, I'm not going to be wasting my time trying to figure out if I have the right amount of stitches or not. Okay, and I figure if my great-grandmother, who was going blind, could crochet me a baby blanket just by feel, I should be able to do this. Great project for while I'm watching my subtitle shows. My hands are still busy, but I don't have to look. We're just doing our half double crochets. I was thinking about doing double crochets, but I don't think I'm going to switch it up. I really like the half doubles. They are some of my more favorite. I've done corner to corner with half doubles by accident. I thought I was doing... I've done some weird stuff with crochet, but they turned out really cute and just fine. And if I had done it in double crochet, I can't imagine how much bigger it was, because half double was big enough. And then there was a time halfway through a project I didn't think I was doing double crochet, but I was doing a double crochet. It's just, whew. I just suddenly decided that it wasn't, my brain just really did not like me and decided that I didn't know what I was doing. Please keep in mind this was during the time period where mom brain hits the worst, and I got it really bad after my third one. I am still struggling with a few things here and there, and she is 3. But I will get it back. I will start making sense. I'm getting it together, but yeah, it's been a few times like that. My goodness, I really like the pinks and everything in it. I think it's going to turn out really, really cute. And just keep on going. Oh, okay, well, that wasn't interesting. This is a discontinued yarn that somebody brought into my local thrift store, and I guess they didn't want it. Their loss is definitely my gain. I really appreciate it when people do that. They don't want something, because, I mean, yowzers, this is some really pretty yarn. I've got a couple that I know are discontinued ones, and I'm really looking forward to getting my hands, what's the best term for that? I want to say get my hands wet, but no, I don't want wet hands when I play with yarn. I really don't. I like lotioned hands. Nice soft lotion. My cow lotion is my favorite. One of the reasons being is I don't like scents. Please don't judge me on that. That will be worked in. All the hanging outs will be worked in. That's not going to be a problem. Alright. We're just going to keep going. So her fingers are a bit shorter than mine, so if it fits my fingers, then it will hang down lower on her hand, which will be really nice. Oh, the donut is getting a bit thinner. So I did start the ribbing a few episodes ago, a few videos ago, and then I took it apart because I decided that I'm just going to use this particular donut on this one. I wasn't going to jump between the two and just mix myself up. So whatever's left, we'll start the next one and then I'll continue it with the other one, if that makes any sense. And then, because I have a feeling I'm going to have some left over. I am nervous about the thumb. Thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. I could either go from the top of the thumb down and make increases as I go to make it bigger. Do I want to do it in the round? Do I want to do it open like this so I can just sew it at the end? Or do a slip stitch? I'm probably going to slip stitch everything. Or do I want to start at the bottom and do decreases till I get to the top? I don't know. I don't know. I'll come up with something. I'll probably try 2 different ways, knowing me, and it's going to take me a while. But there's 2 of them to make, so the second one will definitely go easier. Just like everything else, right? Working that gorgeous yarn. And yes, it looks like I'm jumping from project to project, but that is the best way for me to keep motivated with so many going. And then have a better chance of getting them all done instead of just 2 or 3 that got the most attention. Like the splinter, I went and spent like 3 whole days for the most part getting to where it is now, because just looking at all the different parts I needed to do, it really definitely needed extra. But everything else, like the little amigurumis and stuff, are not as complex for me now, being that I've made a few. And I have at least 2 for the smallest one that I have to get started. And then I have 2 more that I hope I can get going. If not, the 2 that will be getting them, their birthdays are in February and March. So I could always just slough those along to the next part. Okay, let's see where we are here. Now it feels really nice and soft. She also has one of those trolley things, cart, to carry her groceries around in when she goes to the grocery store or to town. So I would also like her to have a little bit of padding for when she's holding on to it. And this has really nice thickness and padding, where this part is really nice and lightweight, and it's still going to be warm. I'm very, very excited because, yeah, she has not found anything close to what she had before, and she absolutely loved her mittens, and somebody stole them. Not very, very cool at all. Alright, Just gonna keep on going. I'm just gonna keep going forward, enjoying the texture, the feel of it. Oh, I am gonna miss this yarn, but I am using the good yarn for somebody that deserves the good yarn. Yeah. Probably in January I'll be finishing up those 2 Halloween bags. I keep looking at them, they keep looking at me. And now that I've got these embroidery needles, I should be able to embroider them up pretty fast. So be prepared, they will be popping back up in my channel because like I said, I will show you the end, how they look, how I got there. Because I just seem to enjoy sharing the whole process of crochet. Not necessarily the end. I feel it's nice to talk to somebody while I'm doing this. Even if I can't hear you. Because I mean, that's what gets me excited, is the thrill of making something amazing out of something amazing. Because, you know, most yarns are really gorgeous. At least in my opinion. And there's very few that I don't think are very pretty in one way or another. And I love color, I love fiber. I was the fashion kid. And everybody else was wearing t-shirts and oversized t-shirts and ugly jeans that went up to their chest. I was wearing cute leggings. It makes me laugh when I see the kids wearing the leggings I was wearing in 6th grade that nobody else was wearing, with little crop tops. When I say crop top, I mean everything was covered, but it didn't go down to my upper thighs. Because that was supposedly the new fashion that year, and none of the kids in my school dressed like that. They had these silly hypercolor shirts. I hate those shirts. I'm so sorry. Everybody had them, and I couldn't understand why anyone would spend that much money on a t-shirt. Okay, so the whole premise of the shirt is that it changes color with your body heat. What happens when it goes through the dryer? It wrecks them. And almost everybody's mom put them through the dryer. And then all of a sudden, the hypercolor shirt was hanging onto your sweat stains. So say you wore it on a hot day, you sweated quite a bit, that shirt is now permanently etched where you sweat. So the color changed there forever. So all these kids are running around in these shirts and they're clean, but it looks gross because their underarms were highlighted in another color. It's just, oh. And then there was the fad of the Bugs Bunny gangster rapper. Oh my gosh. Yeah. They're on the front end, the back of them on the back of your shirt, and they're all dressed up in their oversized clothing, backwards hats, and I didn't like those either. The baseball jerseys, the basketball jerseys. I really didn't like those fads either. Those were kind of silly to me. I don't really like either one of those sports. I'm a hockey girl, and nobody was wearing hockey, so I didn't want to participate in it too much. I didn't want anyone thinking that I was into these sports, because I'm not. I'll go read a book instead, go knit a sweater, paint a picture, go sweep a carport that doesn't need to be cleaned, you know, the good stuff. Help with the canning, making jam, picking berries. What are the wee picks? I gotta do that again this year. That is a fantastic way to get your fruits. That texturing is so pretty. Let me just look at what the fiber is on this. Okay, so again, this is San Mateo, and it was $5.10. I don't remember how old this one is. And its fibers are nylon and tactile MF. So it's kind of an acrylic-y deal, I guess. I looked it up before what tactile MF is. It's kind of vague. But I like to feel it, so feels like it'll be nice and warm and toasty, and it will also give her a little bit of cushy under her fingers for when she's out and about doing her thing. So take care of my mama, because that's my mama. That's how that goes. And so I will continue thinking about the thumb. Okay, phone, that's cool. Oh, that was the other tablet. That was my daughter's tablet. That's right. I'm gonna go charge that. And another, oh yeah, more devices. I gotta charge the devices before everybody wakes up in the morning. That's how we keep the girls from running amok. Don't want to disturb the people downstairs with my kids running back and forth down the hallway. So Saturday mornings they get to chill out and watch some videos, eat some goldfish for breakfast, as long as they're right next to one of the parents. It's a good life for them. They love it. And it's a fun treat because they don't have to get ready to leave the house or rush to get ready. And yeah, it's usually goldfish. Sometimes it's dry cereal. Kind of like when I used to watch Saturday morning cartoons when I was little. Parents would just be dozing away while we watched our cartoons, ate our cereal. So we're kind of giving them a similar kind of experience. And we're right there if they need us, anything at all. And they go back and forth and all over the house. And it's not a bad thing. They're very good girls and they don't get into trouble. Because then their fun time is done and they have to stay in their beds till other people get up. I won't let them get up and just run around the house by themselves. An adult has to feed them and check base with them, and they have a go-to person that's half asleep, half listening. And then we take turns. That way, hopefully, everybody gets a chance to get a little extra sleepy time. Alright, I'm going to call it here. This gets really hard on the eyes, and I gotta get to bed soon. Alright, so we're at my final knuckle here, so we're pretty close. I don't think I'm going to use this on the top. I think I'm just going to finish it with this. And I'm going to do the thumb in this, and I actually am really excited about how this is looking up. A lot better. I know this looks really strange with this indent here, but that's kind of where she's a little bit larger in that area. So, and being that she's had carpal tunnel and sometimes she has to wear her hand braces, hopefully this will fit over one of her braces. and she'll be able to wear it when she wants to. Anyways, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and we'll see you again very, very soon.